I would just like to rebut the points given by the deputy leader of the opposition. He said a while ago that mobile phones are medically safe for children to use and we should ignore scare stories in the media. Then, by saying this, he means that we should just ignore scare stories in the media because it's medically safe for children to use mobile phones. And he also said that the latest research has not proved that mobile phones damage brain cells. But according to the study I've mentioned a while ago, which was given by the World Health Organization, that there are radiations which are emitted by handsets of the phone which produces carcinogenic, and it has been widely accepted. Take note of the word widely accepted that the radio frequency electromagnetic fields emitted by mobile phones are absorbed by the body. Much of it are absorbed by the head, and this can cause children's brain damage. Now, he also stated a while ago, the deputy leader of the opposition also stated a while ago, that with the use of right phone and the right plan, then one can be able to use mobile phones effectively. Now, let me ask this question: how do you define right phone from the unright? And second would be, the deputy leader of the opposition had questioned the deputy prime minister if she had experienced the education system of the United States. Well, for a fact that we are living in the Philippines, that is not an acceptable question because, as we all know, we are currently studying in this university in the Philippines. And I will also like to ask the same question to the deputy leader of the opposition. Had he also experienced the educational system of the United States? The second point of the deputy leader of the opposition is that mobile phones are not too expensive for children. Maybe for some rich families, they are not that too expensive for children, but for families who have just for families who are who are earning low income, then mobile phones are really expensive for them. And he also stated that children use pocket money to buy credit and often inherit hand-me-down handsets initially. He also said that basic models are cheap and the subscription itself is at the mercy of the buyer, and parents can always say no or set limits on what the children can spend. Now, yes, maybe that partially that's true that parents can always say no, but at the end of the day, there's this tendency of the parents to agree or to say yes to what their children wants because they are not willing to take the risk of having their children feel that they are being deprived of happiness or being deprived of their wants and needs. And the deputy leader of the opposition also stated that with modern payment plans, children can be given a set amount of credit for calls and texts, and learning to work within financial limits is also part of growing up. He also stated that many young people have this part-time job, so they're spending their own money. But let's not forget also about those young people who doesn't have part-time jobs. Those who are, as we all know, those young people who are too lazy to work or to spend their time on part-time jobs. And he also stated that young people grow up he also stated that mobile phones are now a valuable part of student life, and they can be used for creating short movies, doing homework reminders, or recording a teacher reading a story, or whatever you want to call it. But let's not also forget the case of the government, wherein cell phones can be used for creating short movies. They can be used for homework reminders or to record a teacher reading a certain story or whatever science experiments it can be. But let's not forget that this mobile phone can also be used to create pornographic materials. They can also be used as a cheating material. They can also be able to record a teacher in an embarrassing situation wherein they can use that as a means to pay revenge to their teacher. And as what the deputy leader of the opposition had said a while ago, that parents feel their children are safer carrying a phone. Maybe partly it's true, but the government strongly believes that parents will be more worried if their children will not answer the phone or cannot answer the phone because they turn off their phone, or they will just tell their parents that, Mom, Dad, the service of my phone is out. So that means, and they also said that the deputy leader of the opposition had also said that this promotes greater independence for children while taking traffic off the roads and allowing them to travel school on their own rather than driving for them. Even without cell phone, children can still travel to school on their own. And even without cell phone, you can, as parents, you can still promote independence for children. And like many other things, as what the deputy leader of the opposition, he also stated that mobiles can be distracting in class, but this doesn't mean they should be banned. Many schools allow phones to be carried providing they are turned off in a lesson, as what our Prime Minister had said a while ago, that not all students will really put their cell phones off, but rather they will just put it in a silent mode because it's really time consuming if the teacher will check one by one, or the students in the class one by one, he or the teacher will check if the phones are really turned off or if they just turned it in a silent manner. Now, the next point of the deputy leader of the opposition is that anything can be abused or used to harm other person, including pencils and paper. Now, let's take a look at this. If the pencil and paper can be used to abuse and harm other person, what more can a mobile phone do? Maybe children got hold of pornography, gambled, and bullied even before mobile phones were invented. But the extreme cases of bullying, pornography, and gambling the cases of extreme pornography, gambling, and bullying arise or had a drastic change because of mobile phones. And the deputy leader of the opposition had also stated that these problems won't go away if we ban the phone use, and they can only be dealt with through good parenting and moral education, as what the deputy prime minister of the government side stated a while ago, that parents can provide good parenting and moral education. Now, therefore, he is supporting the case of the government wherein, as what we have discussed a while ago, as what the deputy prime minister had discussed a while ago, that true safety is provided by maturity and good parenting and good communication, not a phone line. Therefore, the deputy leader of the opposition is supporting the said point of the government side. And